Good afternoon, everybody. Robert Preston Jr. here with Douglas Now Live on DouglasNow.com Facebook page. A couple of things I want to get to. First of all, we're going to give an update on the Chicken House project, and I will go ahead and give you an early spoiler. We still don't have the big ruling yet, and I want to explain that for just a few minutes. I said that I would give a ruling or give an update yesterday. That was when we were supposed to have a ruling. We did not get one, so we're not holding out on you. There are a lot of us waiting very anxiously to get this ruling, but we don't have one yet. But we do have a little bit of information that we can share. Before we get to that, though, I want to get to a couple of other top stories. And really, normally what you do is you lead with news and then you finish with sports. But we're going to work backwards today. We're going to lead with sports, and then we will get to the news. You can see on our photo here, this is former Coffee Trojan running back Tyrese Wiggett. He is currently a member of the Georgia Military Bulldogs football team. He is one of several of our former Trojans who are playing at the various levels of college football, all the way from junior college, which is what Georgia Military is, all the way up to the Division I FBS level. I posted a story this morning about that explains a little bit about what our Trojans are doing at the various levels. I'm not going to rehash that whole story. So if you would like to see what some of our kids who graduated last year are doing, you can read that. But I do want to specifically mention Tyrese Wiggett here, because what he is doing at Georgia Military is absolutely phenomenal. A lot of our kids, again, are playing really well, but Wiggett may be having the best year of anybody. On Saturday, the Bulldogs faced Lewisburg College and won easily 69-14. If you have followed our stories that we've done on Georgia Military football this year, they've won a lot of games, and they have won big. They're 6-1 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Wiggett had 213 yards on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns. Now, why is that significant? This season, Wiggett has rushed for 817 yards in 7 games. That's 115.7 yard per game average, 13.1 yards per carry with 8 touchdowns. He's also got 220 receiving yards and 2 more touchdowns. Now, and if you want to keep up with this, follow GMC Football on X, formerly Twitter. There are a lot of updates about that, and the coaching staff is really good about updating what the players are doing and making sure that what's happening at GMC Football gets out to the masses. And these kids get a lot of offers. All right, a lot of big schools recruit out of the junior college ranks, and there's some big schools that go to Georgia Military and look for talent. And Wiggett is one of those who is racking up offers left and right. He currently has at least 10 offers. The last I counted, it was 10. It may be more. But he's got at least 10 offers from 4-year schools, both at the FCS and FBS level. The two that I remember the most from the FBS level are Marshall and Georgia Southern. Now, there are a lot of factors that go into these decisions. And I don't know what the situations are at these teams and what the recruiting process is like. But I would love to see Wiggett at Georgia Southern. Would love to see him do that. We'd get a chance to see him play. And of course he would be close to home, and we would have some access to being able to watch his games and get some photographs. But as with any situation, players need to do what is best for them. But that would be, I would love to see that. And Georgia Southern loves to run the ball, and Wiggett should thrive in that offense. He has not announced where he plans to play, but listen to this. This is what I want to get to. Wiggett is leading the NJCAA, that's the National Junior College Athletic Association, in rushing yards and yards per rush. So he's number 1 in the country in total rushing yards and yards per rush. He is second in rushing touchdowns with 8, and third in yards per game, which is what, I think we just said 115.7. So Wiggett is not only having a phenomenal year personally, he is having a phenomenal year when you compare his his output to the rest of the country. So there's no reason, I mean, there's no surprise that he has 10 offers, that he's doing as well as he has. If you want to see more about this, read these stories. You know, we got, Jerzavion Grant and Kyler Smith are linemen at Georgia Military. They're helping open up those holes that Woodgett has run through, just like they did here at Coffee. Former Coffee kicker Tug Vaughn is also over at Georgia Military. He's playing well. He's got some offers after he finishes his 2 years there. We got kids at Charleston Southern, Jaden Hancock, Anthony Paulk, Maurice Turner at Tulane. He's the only player that we've got in the FBS division. He's missed a lot of last year due to an ankle injury. He was at Louisville last year, transferred to Tulane this year. He's missed a couple of games due to that same ankle injury, but they were off last week. He did get in the week before a little bit, so hopefully when they play East Carolina tomorrow night in New Orleans, it's a home game for Tulane, hopefully he'll be able to get some significant work. He started the season as their number one running back. So we got another couple players. You can read these updates. We missed last week, but we try to give an update every week on what our kids are doing. Listen, pay attention to what's happening with Tyrese Woodgett. He is having a phenomenal year, and we want him to continue to have a phenomenal year. Speaking of another one of our local athletes having an incredible season, CCA freshman catcher Maddie Lewis yesterday had a pretty good day. Of course, the whole team did. I'm not going to rehash that whole story. All right, if you want to read about a truly incredible series of games yesterday, the Lady Patriots played First Preparatory Christian Academy Highlanders in a doubleheader yesterday in Douglas. It was senior night. I believe that First Preparatory or First Prep is out of Hinesville. CCA won game 1, 12-0. Then game 2. This is softball. All right. Won game 2, 28-0. So they scored 40 runs in 2 games. CCA's number one. They're region champions. Already sewn that up this year. Number 1 team in the state, defending state champions. We don't want to jinx anybody, but they're the odds-on favorites to repeat as state champions this year. In game 2, the Lady Patriots hit 5 home runs. Right now, 3 were inside the park home runs down the right field line. 2 from Maddie, pictured here on our desk. Those were her 8th and 9th home runs of the year. Now, she hit hers. She hit hers over the fence. What is significant about that? Once again, she's a freshman. And her 9 home runs on the season are number 1 in Class A, number 1 in Class A and AA District 6, 7th in the state, and 33rd in the nation. So she is in very elite company in terms of home runs. And listen, I always tell people, I know to a degree softball comes down to pitching. Baseball, it's always about pitching. But if you hit home runs, Douglas Now is going to give you some attention because we like home runs. We really do. I think the home run is probably the most exciting thing in sports. It really is. Whether you're talking about softball, you're talking about baseball, it's really phenomenal. And Maddie has hit, not only has she hit a lot of home runs, she's hit a lot of big home runs. So she's getting a lot of attention for that, and deservedly so. But I don't want to take anything away from the rest of the Lady Patriots as well. You don't score 40 runs in 2 games without it being a complete team effort. And we go through that and mention those kids who had big games. And, of course, you've got 2 shutouts, so your pitchers do a really good job. It was a complete team effort yesterday. One of those coaching cliches that you hear is when after a game when you stick a microphone or a recorder in front of a coach's face and he or she says, well, it was a team win today. It was a team win. But yesterday was a team win. Everybody played well, and some kids got in and got an opportunity to play that haven't gotten that chance this season to play as much. Playing on a championship caliber team, but they got in and got some reps. So it was a lot of fun. But it was a big day yesterday for the CCA Lady Patriots. But once again, we want to give a shout out to Tyrese Woodgett. We want to give a shout out to Maddie Lewis here. They are both at the top of their sports in their respective divisions. So it's a lot of fun. And I've mentioned this, covering these baseball teams, softball teams, a lot of fun as well. Now, our Satilla River update. Let's refresh. And it says Satilla River update. It's a chicken house update. You know, they're located on the Satilla River, or will be located if it goes through near the Satilla River. I wanted to refresh. There has not been a filing in the last few minutes. I thought one might come in around noon, but it has not. Now, let me give a little bit of background. In court last week, Judge Kelly Brooks said that he would have a ruling by noon on Monday. Excuse me, by noon on Tuesday. So we were waiting yesterday, and we were going to do one of these videos yesterday. We did not because we were waiting on word, and we did not get that ruling. All right, there was no ruling filed yesterday. So we have been watching this morning, and we still do not have one. Now, there could be one in the next few minutes. As soon as we have one, we will let you know. All right, and I've gotten a lot of messages, a lot of phone calls, people asking me, do we have anything? Do we have anything? And the answer is no. And, you know, I tell people, look, as soon as I find out, you're going to find out. We're not holding out, I promise. There are a lot of people all over the region that are anxiously awaiting the news regarding this particular project. Now, there were 2 filings released late yesterday afternoon. One regarding the denial of the motion to dismiss David Varnador, he was the former landowner, from the lawsuit, and then another one denying the change of venue. So I have just posted those on the DouglasNow.com Facebook page. You need to go to the Facebook page. There's a link there. You can read that filing. Those are very short. It's only a 4-page document for both filings, but it explains why the court decided to leave Mr. Varnador in the lawsuit, and also why the court denied the change of venue. They had the defense or the defendants had filed a motion to change the venue to Cobb County, Georgia. That was denied. So that's the only update that we have right now. We are still waiting, and just for the sake of transparency, and because we have the opportunity, we'll refresh again and see. There has been no filing as of right now, no decision. And of course, that decision is whether or not the court believes that the project should proceed or not. So to some degree, the fate of the project hangs in the balance as we await this ruling. Now, whichever way it goes, appeal is always an option. I do not know the inclination of both sides to appeal. I would imagine certainly the defendants will appeal if the ruling goes against them. I do not know the wherewithal of the plaintiffs should they come out on the short end of this ruling. But yeah, no matter what the ruling is, it may not be over. There are still other options on the table. But that's our update for where we are now. We do not have anything else. Once we hear something, we will let you know. We will post something on the DouglasNow.com Facebook page and website. We will also do a video and let you guys know what is happening. But we don't have anything yet. We are waiting. Have been waiting now for the last 24 hours and 22 minutes. Hopefully, we will not have to wait much longer. But, you know, the pleasure of the court is the pleasure of the court, and we will wait until those filings hit. So I want to give you guys an update and let you know where we are with that. So again, as soon as we hear something, we will let you know. That's where things stand right now. Once again, congratulations, Tyrese Wiggett. Congratulations to Maddie Lewis. And Coffee House softball team doing really well. They played a couple of innings on Monday and got rained out. They're finishing up their season today. Well, they keep adding games. I keep mentioning that they're ending the season here, game there. They keep adding games. Weather keeps messing things up. So again, they've got 2 regular season games left against Ware and against Tift. We're still waiting to see who we play in the playoffs. And the CCA Lady Patriots have, I believe they have 1 game left. They go down to Damascus, Georgia, and play and play Southwest Georgia Academy tomorrow. That will wrap their season up. They're 21-4 here this year. So again, softball coming to an end. We're in full swing with football season. CCA Patriots play tomorrow night, so you've got the softball team down in Damascus playing. You will also have the Patriots playing at home tomorrow, a Thursday night game. They're in the playoff hunt in their division. Coffee Trojans are off this week. They have an open week. In fact, our entire region is off this week. So there will be no Friday night football.